set of 3 filter men yalonko asi jiota aya dada aya senendi men sebeta alla jata kenda to fana sotale CTO block carbon filter o fana mu filter mi yalonko asi chemical o bonnino jiol konole men sebeta alla jata kenda filter mum boko CTO block carbon men si jiola chemical o be bondi akono pour alla jata kenda sahen nim filter sabol be kili clean na pansun doku na wata tankol fana sotale kabirim 500 5000 fokata 10000 liters plumbing fittings fana be mol bulle alsimol tarano sukuta highway mariama kunda johnson wala isimol kumandi 505 5691 796 8272 one stop water limited solutions inatale ka jiko be sonende Gambia banko.
Good morning. Welcome to QTV this morning. I am Ibrahim Abalde, and thanks for joining us. It's another Monday morning, and it's a fresh day. We are about to roll. As you know, this morning is here to give you that morning dose to make your mornings look like never before. And I'm joined by my colleague, Ansumana Esonyasi. Brother, welcome.
Good morning, Balde. Always good to be back here, and we missed our audience, of course, since Thursday. We're happy to be back again. So, yeah.
Absolutely. How was your weekend? How did it go?
I had a very busy weekend, and even yesterday I was at work here, so I didn't really have any, like enough rest. But I'm all good.
Well, it's not easy. Imagine coming to work on Sunday instead of spending that with your little girl and family. It's hectic. But let's take a look at this. We sign up for it, so we'll have to be there all the time. And today on our program, we'll be having the African proverb, and of course, the newspaper review. I'm afraid we'll be doing the newspaper review ourselves because we're supposed to have Adi Drame, but due to some engagement and the community watch, we'll also do what we call the tariff agreement, and we'll be having those responsible for transport. They'll be here to discuss, and of course, we'll also do social issues. We'll compare urban schools and rural schools. We'll have representatives from the education sector to come discuss with us. And we'll also have sports, and of course, national volleyball captain will be here then, followed by the click segment, Boba Fati. But first of all, so once again, welcome to this morning. As usual, we are here about to roll. Yeah. Let's take a look at our African proverb.
All right, so our proverb this morning reads, "The hunter in pursuit of an elephant does not stop to throw stones at birds."
Elephant.
Let me go first.
Yes.
In other words, you have to keep your eyes on the prize, focus on the bigger prize, and don't allow yourself to be distracted by, anything, if you're really after that big dream.
Well, that's it. You need to focus on the bigger picture. Yep. Sometimes it's very difficult. Before you get to the bigger picture, that is the problem, because you must face a whole lot of obstacles along the way.
You'll be confronted with challenges.
Yes.
So you'll have distractions here and there, but you just have to stay focused.
Many people have surrendered because of the route they wanted to take. It was very difficult for them, but hadn't they have been patient on that route, it would have been very easy for them. So it's like following your dreams,
Yeah, so the message is follow your dreams, stay focused, and don't be distracted by anything.
And nothing comes easy. It's a matter of,
absolutely.
If you fail once, you fail twice, the third time, well, still get up.
Keep trying.
Get up the fourth time. If you fail the fourth time, my brother, the fifth time is there.
Keep trying.
Get up 6, get up 7 times, for you to make it. Sometimes it takes a very long time before you make it. Yeah. And it's like so. I've seen something too in society. Once you are comfortable with the life that you are living, you did not want to go, you will not like to go and explore something bigger. Yeah. As far as you are within your comfort zone, you are okay. You'll hear a person will tell you, if I have my job and I'm paid a salary, and at the same time I am okay with that, I can feed my family, I am fine. You understand? I don't think a person should be fine.
Like, there's this thing that people say, that Gambian behavior tell a doilu. And I think, you know, to some extent it's true, but we have to, it's about time we start thinking beyond that. You know, not just achieving one or two things, but we can do more. It's like, even if you look at, for example, even in our sports sector, you have people doing great in, you know, all these disciplines, but they don't, their careers either wouldn't last long, or, you know, they get stuck at one point. So it's about dreaming big. It's about wanting more, and you know, you just have to keep pushing.
Well, some people too don't want to push because the way society portray them, the way society see them. Sawaji dafa greedy, dafa buga am li am lili.
But see, the truth is, if you're not if you're not really interested in whatever you do, like deep down, and you can hardly achieve anything. So, yeah, I mean, I would like to be called greedy, but in a positive way, of course. If I am going to pursue my dream, you know, and give it my all, if that is what it means to be called greedy, so be it, man.
Well, absolutely. And it's also important for we to pave way. It's important also. Growing is very significant in the life of a human being. I mean, where you started, you don't have to be at that spot year around year. You are always at the same spot. It's important for you to grow, move, you know, pull another person to come, so that at least, you know, you will try to change someone's life.
It's called progress.
Yes.
Yeah, it's called progress. If you're not progressing, you know, whatever you're doing in this life, be it whatever profession or job that you do, if you're not progressing after a few years, you know, you have to really...
Well, I say to myself sometimes, I mean, if I work for a particular place, and I'm saying this plain, I'm not hiding it. If I work 5 years, I didn't see any progress, I quit.
Yep. Yeah, it means you're not improving.
Yes. So thank you. So it's good to, well, that was a very good one. And reminded viewers, this program is sponsored by One Stop Water Solutions for all your water dispensers and, of course, water filters. They are located at Sukuta Jabang traffic light. So it's Sunday, and Eso was at work. He could not go and get this dispenser. You remember we promised
had an agreement.
Yes.
I have to say, I did not hear from him. Even though I was at work,
for me,
I did not hear from him.
You don't know. Maybe I passed by. I mean, maybe I passed by One Stop Water Solutions and got my...
You were full anyway.
No, Adam, why you people have to stop that? Fulai jamfa, poli jamfa. No, I do not agree. Well, viewers, we'll take a short break. After the break, the newspaper review. We'll be back.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, QMoney and Ria just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from Ria directly into your QMoney account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any QMoney agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, QPower, and other QMoney services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back from that short break. QMoney Sunyu Kalpe. Well, the only reliable mobile wallet in the Gambia, and the only GSM that can give you that is QCell Sunyu Boss. Get the number 3 or the number 5. Yeah. Yes, we are back again. So, and we'll go straight to the newspaper review. We have Point newspaper here, we have Foroya, and of course, the Standard newspaper.
Which one do I start with?
Well, any one of them.
Okay, we'll look at the Standard. So the main headline on the front page says, Jammeh says he will return to Gambia. A brutal arrest of Gambian rather sparks outrage in Germany. IEC to decide on NPP GDC row over Jammeh. Esafal says he will send economic parking. Judgment on CS case Tuesday. Police probe child ritual killing in Tanje.
Exactly.
That's the Standard for you.
Yes, that's the Standard. So we'll take a look at the Foroya newspaper. Halifa Sallah Esafal face off in maiden presidential debate, and of course Gambia to drill another offshore well. Brody described massacre of massacre of migrants as Jammeh's worst crime. Janjanbureh prison station face mobility challenges. That's what we have on the Foria. What do we have on the Point?
So on the Point, EWC observers usage of state resources in election campaign, observes rather, usage of state resources in election campaign. Dabo talks stuff on tribal politics, violence. Barrow hammered call on religious leaders to pray for peaceful election. SR filed to entrust GAF with total state security. Police arrest political activist Nena Gomez.
Well, thank you very much. That's what we have on the headlines of the three papers we have. That's the Standard, the Point, and of course,
interesting headlines.
The Foria, interesting. Well, so let's start with the Standard newspaper. Jammeh says he will return to Gambia.
Yeah.
I mean, this is written in block letters, capital. Can Jammeh return to this country?
I mean, this is not a new statement. I think this would be I mean, he's said this statement several times after he left. Can he return? Will he return? Well, we were to see, but I really, you know, do not think it would change anything. You know, he's made many statements, especially of recent, with his life-winning calls to the rallies that are being held by the parties that he's backing. However, I think, for me, some of the statements he's been making really, I don't think they're right. But again, you know, we wait to see what will happen. It's politics time, it's election time, so it's obvious that all of these people will be making statements. But for Jammeh's case, well, I really wouldn't want to say much on that.
Well, me listening to some of his comments on this newspaper, yeah. Well, if you can agree with me that we've lived here for more than 22 years and we've witnessed Jawara's time and of course Yahya Jammeh's time. We've seen the 22 years of the rule of former President Yahya Jammeh, what it led us. We've seen all the happenings. So it's like putting some comments on the presidency of Adama Barrow. I am a bit confused.
The truth is, the reason why I don't even want to talk about this is because what Jammeh, the freedom is enjoying today to be able to still participate in our political, you know, in our politics, of all the political leaders, you know, who were actively participating in politics before he came into office, really, if you look at the way he treated them, Sadauda never had this opportunity when he left. Today he's enjoying it because Gambia, there's democracy in this country. So to say that, I mean, there's a complete breakdown in our system, I think that for me is the worst statement anyone could make.
Well, at least in the Gambia, when you look at the peace atmosphere, it's a bit different now. Before, it was very difficult. Before you say certain things, before you make certain comments, you must think about it. And to my surprise, there are people who are still in for that. I mean, according to them, Gambia should not be as free as it is. Gambian be so free dafte yabate.
That's ridiculous. I mean, look, we all have rights, and our rights are guaranteed by the Constitution. They're guaranteed by all these other international instruments that Gambia is a signatory to. Naturally, I mean, it really baffles me when I hear people make statements like this, and I think it's rather unfortunate, you know, that we still have people thinking this way. I mean, look, you can't substitute freedom for anything, really. Before you know how important it is to live a free life, free, dignified life, you have your rights abused or seized, then you understand. Yeah.
Exactly. Let's leave this to the people responsible. Let's see what will happen. As far as Jammeh said,
well, no one is stopping Jammeh from coming home. So
he said there was a clear agreement between the ECOWAS leaders and him. Sometimes I think it's important, certain agreements, certain documents, they should be shown.
For me personally, I don't think, you know, it should even be given much relevance. If Jammeh wants to come home, let him come home. No one is stopping him.
No one is stopping him.
Exactly. So
exactly. Yeah. Essa Faal says he will send ECOMIG packing. Well, I mean, at some point in the Gambia, when ECOMIG was coming to the Gambia, people were very happy.
Yeah.
And I believe including Essa Faal himself. But for him releasing this, that packing ECOMIG, what do you make of this?
Yeah, I think what he means, I mean, what he meant is, you know, he believes they've overstayed their welcome, and if he's, you know, elected president, he would ensure that our state security, our state institutions, security institutions rather, are responsible for the internal security of the country as well. So I think that's the point he's trying to make, not to say, okay, I'm just sending them away, but in other words, he will have the army and the police in charge of our security and not the ECOMIG. In other words, yeah, that's what he's trying to say.
But the ECOMIG, the reason why they are still staying here, there was a reason. I mean, there's an agreement to
we all
retain.
agree.
Yes.
We all agree.
So, well, I think even if he is to send them packing, this he have to review. I mean, to see certain things.
Well, there has to be a process. There has to be a process. It wouldn't be haphazardly done. There has to be a process. And I mean, I'm sure, you know, if one were to engage him, maybe he would be able to explain in detail what he really meant by that. But I want to believe, because I read the report, what he was trying to say is, if elected president, he would ensure that, I mean, our state institutions, our security institutions are responsible for the state security. Yeah.
Thank you. So let's take a look at the recent happening in Tanje. Police probe ritual killing in Tanje. I mean, so at some point, if you have children, you tend to feel it. You tend to think the little girl was brutally murdered.
An innocent soul, very, you know, young girl, you know, whose life was cut short by whoever, I mean, did this heinous crime, and the manner in which it is reported to have been done, quite gruesome. I don't think. I mean, it's really sad. And when I first saw this report, it scared me. Scared me because I have a young, you know, baby girl as well, who's in fact younger than she is. We can only pray for her and her family as well, because this is certainly a very difficult moment for them. And, you know, it's really sad that these things are happening. And I hope that whoever is responsible will be caught at the end of the day.
Well, the police are doing their investigations according to the paper. So, you know, for me, I will say this again. I mean, investigations tend to be very slow. In the Gambia, I can give you samples of people that have been brutally murdered, and still now their families are crying. Nothing has been done when it comes to those cases.
You know, like investigations, sometimes they take longer than usual or than, you know, you would want. They have to go through everything, and sometimes, you know, it's difficult really getting evidence, especially with some of these crimes. So one has to be really very patient, even though I can understand that the slow pace of investigation sometimes, you know, frustrates people like me and you, who do not understand how some of this, how difficult it is for, you know, investigators to lay hands on some of these, you know, offenders or even evidence as well sometimes. But then I want to believe that whoever committed this crime would be caught at the end of the day. It's a very serious crime, really.
Let's go beyond our borders. Brutal arrest of Gambians sparks outrage in Germany.
I mean, I think it's rather unfortunate that we have our brothers out there, you know, going through, you know, very unfortunate, you know, incidences. For this guy, I don't know whatever his crime is or what he's alleged to have done, but yeah, I mean, brutality anywhere against anybody should be condemned by all. And I can understand the frustration. I can understand why everyone is outraged. So yeah, and I hope that the authorities responsible will take it up as well, especially the foreign ministry as well, try to engage their German counterparts to see, you know, what's up with this case.
Exactly. Well, Dabo talks tough on travel, politics and violence.
Yeah, I think we've been talking about that from Monday last week to all the way to Thursday. And yeah, I think it's good that we have our political leaders, you know,
they
frequently sending us these reminders that we have to ensure that our politics is based on issues, you know, based on policies and programs, and you know, we can't really, you know, be engaged in any, you know, tribal sentiments here and there. I think it's a good thing. These are good reminders. Yeah. Okay. Also, the CA, the judgment for CA's case, the petition against the IEC in court, the judgment is tomorrow. And talking about the IEC, they would be deciding the case of the APRC between NPP and GDC. So important.
Exactly. So, well, as far as they are yet to decide on it, we can still wait and see what will happen, the outcome. I believe the outcome, we'll be discussing it here on our subsequent program. Sure. Thank you, Eso. Thank you very much. That was the newspaper review. Viewers, be reminded this program is officially sponsored by One Stop Water Solutions for all your water dispensers. And of course, water filters. It's important for you to go visit them. They are located at Sukuta Jabang traffic lights. And be reminded, you can also be part of the sponsors of this program this morning. Anything that you put on this platform, it will sell. We'll take a very short break. And after the break, the Community Watch, the Tariff Agreement Transport Fares, Isa Drame, Director of Planning, Ministry of Transport, will be here. And we'll be having a very important discussion. You want to know how it's going when it comes to fares? It's time. We'll be back. Stay tuned.
4G LTE. Dial *335# to subscribe to QCell's 4G LTE service. There's no need to swap your SIM. QCell, Senior Boss. We innovate, others follow.
With so many things to do in a single day, it's important to have a network you can trust. When there's family and friends to connect with and business calls to make, you need a network that is reliable and fast. Talk longer, browse faster, go farther, and roam wider. When your network is solid, the world is your oyster. QCell, your trusted network in the Gambia.
The biggest mobile money service in the Gambia has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now, you can link your QMoney wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your QMoney wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using QMoney Bank Link is the fastest, most secure, and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account. For more information, call our customer care on 133. QMoney, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back from that short break. QMoney, Sunyu Kalpe. As you know, we innovate, others follow. We are the best, the cheapest, the fastest. It's important for you to get that number 3 or the number 5, QCell. Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is QTV's This Morning. I am Ibrahim Abalde, and I am with my able colleague, Ansumana Eso Nyasi, my landed friend. It was good discussing the newspaper with you. I've learned a lot. And we'll go straight to what we call the Community Watch. And I have Esa Drame, Director of Planning, Ministry of Transport. There are many problems when it comes to transport in the Gambia, and confusions up and down, drivers and passengers, push and pull when it comes to $2, $10, 15. Brikama, Westfield, traffic lights, it's becoming a very big problem. And recently, we've seen a particular press release circulating that there'll be an increment when it comes to fares. And to help us answer that, Issa Drame is here with us. Mr. Drame, welcome to this morning. I think this is your second time of coming on this platform.
Yes, yes.
He's a good friend, but it appears you're like scaring him with that introduction.
Well, I just want to get the record straight. Mr. Drame, welcome. Can you take us straight to the latest? Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, for having me here. Before going to the point, you highlighted something. You say there are a lot of, challenges.
Yeah.
Someone once told me, like Gambia now we are moving from energy crisis, to transport, crisis. And if you look at, this thing critically, it makes, some sense. And then at the level of the ministry, we are trying to address, these issues. And the issues have to do with the institutional and regulatory, framework of the transport in general. Because if you look at the Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure, we don't even have a directorate, responsible for transport up to 2021. So in 2021, we factored in the Directorate of Transport. So now I am redesignated from the Director of Planning to Director of, Transport, effective, this month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are a lot of, challenges, ahead, and then we are up to the task, to address those challenges. Coming back to, the issue of the fares, if you recall, at some point the members of the General Transport, Union, they wanted to go on a sit-down, strike, and they made certain demands, 6, key demands that are to be met by the government. And through the engagement of the government, there is this, key demand, which had to do with the 30%, increment in the fares. And then the matter was,
30%.
30%.
That's
yeah.
a bit high.
Yeah, if you look at maybe the percentage, yeah, it's a bit high. But I will come to that, during the negotiation, how it unfolds. So through the Security Council, because the matter was a concern, it was seen as a security concern, and then the matter was taken up, by the Security Council, because normally the normal way to go about it is the ministry and then the other stakeholders, to engage the transport, union, where the Ministry of Transport will take the lead. But this time around, it's the Minister of, Interior, who was, taking the lead in the process, because the matter was, handled at the level of the Security Council. But all the relevant, stakeholders, were part of, the negotiations. And then during the negotiation, we agree on certain, because to us 30% is a bit high. But we look at some of the long distance fares which are a bit higher. We agree on about 10% increment, and to some the short distance about 15%. This, for example, if you look at percentage term, maybe it will be confusing. But for example, 15% of $8, that will be about $10. So currently, even if you look at the realities on the ground, the drivers, they are, charging, this thing.
Yeah.
But for us, we are trying to address a problem. That is this doubling and then the tripling of the fares. How can we, stop that? We say, why not, what they are asking for, we give them what they are asking for. But for us, let there be procedures in the way, they operate. And then we agree on, certain routes that, these are the fares, that are to be charged. And then there was a slight increment. To some, it's not even an increment, because already, drivers are, charging, those, fares. But we want to formalize it, and also, to put, system in place whereby the drivers will adhere to.
Well, interesting as well.
I know there have been series of meetings.
Yes.
You've had series of consultations with the drivers you know, I mean, the union in a bid to address some of these challenges. You mentioned 6 demands.
Yeah.
What are these? Could you share these demands with us?
Yeah, the 6th demand, the other one have to do with the implementation of the queuing system at the port.
Yeah.
And then the other one have to do with the operationalization of the interstate, you know, transport between the Gambia and Senegal. The other one have to do with reduction of the toll tariff at the
Trans-Gambia.
at the Trans-Gambia bridge. Yeah. So these are, you know, some of the key, you know, demands, you know, that, you know, they made. So basically, you know, during our and then the other one have to do with the way harmonization of the operations of AfriPESAS. They are there to do this axle load, you know, control these, you know, heavy, you know, vehicles. They also want our, you know, their operations to be harmonized, you know, with that of, you know, the Senegal. So basically, you know, most of, you know, the demands are met. So, but for them, the key ones are this operationalization of the queuing system at the port of Banjul, and then the increment of tariff. And already we engaged them, and then an agreement have been reached,
yes.
and then an MOU, you know, signed.
Well, you know, you talk about formalizing, you know, the transport fares. You issued a press release some time back.
Yeah.
Or do I say there was this, you know, press release or tariff of the new fares that was all over social media, even though it's not been officially announced yet?
Yeah.
Drivers have already started charging, you know, based on that tariff. I don't know if you're aware of that. And I don't know what the ministry is doing about that as well. You yet to formalize it, but they're charging that.
If the drivers are doing that, you know, is, you know, illegal.
They are doing that.
Because, you know, as far as, you know, we are concerned, there was negotiation and an agreement have been reached, you know, to increase, you know, the fares, you know, by certain, you know, percentage. But what was also agreed, you know, with the transport union and even the Consumer, you know, Protection Alliance, you know, they were all part of, you know, the negotiation process. What was agreed with them is to have an implementation plan. Because to us, you know, our concern is how are we going to eliminate, you know, this doubling and tripling of fares. And it involves, you know, the participation of, you know, different stakeholders in order to implement that. So we agreed to have an implementation plan in place before the new tariff can be effective.
Well, the new tariff is effective. It is
exactly.
up and running currently.
Unfortunately.
Yesterday I was in Farato. When I was coming back home, the driver charged the new tariff, and he was like, "Hana gisulo legi yokana pass bi," you know. And I think Ministry of Transport, why not you try and introduce it? Why are you still holding on?
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say, you know, normally the Ministry of Transport, you know, spearhead this process.
Yeah.
But this time around is the Ministry of Interior. Or the Minister of Interior by the Security, you know, Council. But we were part of, you know, the process, and this was the agreement. So as far as, you know, we are concerned, if the driver start, you know, doing that, you know, any driver who is doing that, you know, it is illegal, and then the law should, you know, take its
But
course.
you people, you still have the responsibility to go back to the Ministry of Interior. Tell them, well, there is a situation in the country at the moment. The passengers are complaining that the transports are increased. You know, this means they are ripping us off illegally.
Yeah.
It's not yet introduced.
Let me give you an example.
Yeah.
From Coastal Road to maybe Westfield or Serakunda, you'll have to like pay about $20, because normally what they will do is they'll tell you Larikunda LIM, and then you pay $10 to Larikunda, which should have been $8. They will charge $10 to Larikunda, and then from Larikunda to Serakunda
They
or
charge
Westfield,
another 10.
they charge another $10.
No, yeah, no, we understand, you know, the problem that is going on, and then we have to be strategic in our approach. The reality is, you know, currently, the period that we are in, that is, you know, the campaign, you know, period.
Yeah.
Most of, you know, the vehicles, you know, are hired, you know, by the politicians. So if we want to take, you know, certain drastic, you know, measures, it's like it's the passengers, you know, who will suffer at the end of the day.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe right now might not be the appropriate, you know, time, you know, to,
So let's
you know,
say after
enforce.
elections.
Yeah, let's say, you know, maybe after election, maybe when all the vehicles, you know, come back, and then we start to see. Because we're not stopping there. Because what we also agreed, you know, with the unions also is to introduce what we call route licensing. Okay, that will eliminate some of the things, you know, that we are facing. For example, the Westfield, you know, Brikama, the vehicles, you know, plying there, you know, will be given a particular, you know, sticker.
Yeah. So you go straight
so you
to Brikama.
Yeah, and as a passenger, you will know that, you know, this vehicle is supposed to go to Brikama.
I think that's a good idea.
So they cannot say that, like, you know, we are stopping at
I think that would be a
Tabokoto,
solution,
and then
really.
yeah. So currently we are collecting the data, for example, in various, you know, garages, you know, which vehicles, you know, ply, you know, which route, and then we'll start, you know, maybe we'll give them, you know, numbers and then the stickers.
Perfect.
You will have maybe different, you know, colors, and then people will be able to identify, you know, the vehicles, you know, that go, you know, to their area.
Well, you people, you have
easily.
a big role to play, Mr. Drame.
Sure.
Transport is very important in this country.
It is.
You know,
It's
as
an
much as we
important,
have people with a lot of vehicles here, but still we have people who cannot afford vehicles for themselves. They must depend on these things.
That's true.
There must be measures. Thank you very much for joining us on this morning, and I hope it won't be the last time again. And we are hoping to see you after all the solutions again.
He's a good friend. So.
Yeah. So for us, you know, outdoors are always open.
Thank you very much.
All right.
And that was Mr. Drame from Ministry of Transport. Well, we are hopeful that there will be a solution. And coming up next, it's going to be the social issues, comparative performance between urban schools and rural schools. We'll be having the principal of SL Junior and Senior Secondary School, Adam Jeng. She'll be taking us through. We'll be back.
You've got big decisions to make.
For this election, one decision is clear.
Who has the most experience?
Who brings the in-depth coverage?
Who brings you most relevant information?
Now is the time to watch your decision pay off.
Live non-stop coverage.
Live streaming on Facebook and YouTube.
Your text messages and election alerts. Decision 2021 only on QTV.
Comprehensive election coverage.
Join the Gambia's fastest growing network and enjoy high-speed 4G LTE. Dial *335# to subscribe to QCell's 4G LTE service. There's no need to swap your SIM. QCell, Senior Boss. We innovate, others follow. Light. From the beginning of time, light has been there.
It is integral to our survival and to our way of living.
We need light to work,
To build,
to grow things, and even to see our loved ones.
light makes things easier and better.
So QCell has changed the way you buy Q-Power to make it easier and more accessible.
You can now access the same service quickly and get your cash power tokens instantly with the new QCell Q-Power code.
To light up your world, simply dial *363#.
With a touch of your fingers,
With ease and convenience from the comfort of your home or office,
you can bring light into your world instantly with *363#.
Q-Power, lighting your world.
QCell Sunyabus.
We innovate, others follow. To make sure your company's products and services reach your potential customers, it is essential that you choose the right channel for your marketing purposes. QTV has the widest reach locally and beyond, and we can give your business the visibility it needs. Call QTV Marketing on +220 324 4444 or email us at marketing@qtv.gm and take your business to the world.
Welcome back from that short break. Well, QTV is here to make it very simple for you. Visit our marketing team to advertise your business. And of course, be reminded this program is sponsored by One Stop Water Solutions. If you're just tuning in, I am Ibrahim Balde. This is QTV's This Morning. And next on social issues, we have Adama Jeng, Principal SL Senior Secondary School, who will be discussing comparative performance between urban schools and rural schools. Well, there is a particular feeling that people have. Urban schools perform more than rural schools. I don't know whether it's the geographical nature, maybe where the schools are located. Some people tend to think because schools that are around the urban area perform better than the rural ones. And those living in the rural area, some of them too, they have this notion. I will have to go to schools around the urban area to become something, well, to get a very good education. And Eso Nyasi.
I love this topic, and I'm happy that we have Mr. Jeng with us. So, Mr. Jeng, good morning and welcome to QTV. Welcome to This Morning.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure being here today.
Yeah.
And I'm equally very much interested in this topic as a provincial principal.
Yeah.
So definitely, I think it is something that it's a long-standing notion that people have.
Sure.
But I think it is a notion that needs to be put into its right perspective.
Yeah.
And that is what we need here. The conclusion cannot be that provincial schools or urban schools are performing better than provincial schools. If that is the conclusion, then automatically it will bring some obligatory responsibility that looks like discrimination. Why should that happen? So that is why that was what was going to happen.
Yeah.
But the reality is that, just to come straight to the point, by my professional judgment, I can comfortably tell you that there is performance disparity between urban and rural school. That's a fact. We see it whenever the results are out. That is an effect. So to understand it, you go to the cause. Now, when you go to the cause, you realize that the difference in performance between urban and rural school is not in the quality of teachers. It is in the quality of teaching. Let me repeat that.
Could you take that again?
Yes.
Did you hear that, brother?
The performance disparity
Yeah.
between urban and rural school is not in the quality of teachers. It is in the quality of teaching.
Could you break that down for us?
Good. You see, effective teaching has what we call variables. There are variables that determines performance. And sometimes they are ready-made available, sometimes they are absent. When the more of it is present in a particular area, even if the two teachers are equal, you will still see the other one with the variable present.
But the other one.
Yes, you'll see that one student's performing better than that other one. But even if you change the teachers, it was going to remain the same.
It's the same, yeah.
That is to say now, in this particular case, what are those variables? It is difficult to say this is the problem that caused a problem. Or in other words, let me put it this way, there is no one problem that is caused by a single factor. It takes a combination of factors to cause a problem, but there is always a dominant factor.
True.
And in this case now, the dominant factors that are bringing the disparity, to be more precise now, is the quality of student input, one, between rural and urban schools. Two, it is the level of parental support. It is due to these two factors that are causing the disparity. If they were handled, you will see a parallel.
How about the access to certain facilities as well?
When you say access to facilities, now when I say parental support now, if you take it to the larger level, you have what we call the parent-teachers association. You understand? And now, individual parents is important, but as a group, their support to the school is important. Now, if this school has some facilities, like, okay, Gambia High School has electricity, but SO is located in a locality where there is no electricity, and they all need to use their labs. That's where the parental support need to come in now. Can the community sit down and see how best can we provide a solace for our children to learn? Yeah. So that's why I say the community participation is a factor that brings about the disparity and the quality of student input. Because if SO Nyasi has a child who got aggregate 6, we'll say, oh, I'm taking him to the schools in the common, because that's where learning is. But no, you forget that the child got the aggregate 6 in the provinces.
True.
But it's a perception.
Yes.
And perception is dangerous.
And you still have students, like you still have, I mean, very good students from rural, like provincial schools, students who are like standard performers, who would be, coming over to the urban areas to complete either high school or...
Exactly. I can give you a practical situation that you are a journalist. You can do your inquiry journalist. There are students who will finish Bara SO with aggregate 8 or so, and come to SO Senior Secondary School, and came out with not only net credit in science, but with a 5A. And if you have to take the national ranking, that one cannot be among the best 5. Because for the past 2 years or so, the best science comes from Nusrat, with I think an 8 or 7, around that range. You understand? And if you were to go to find out, you'll realize that that student is an aggregate 6 student. But from Bara up to Fatoto, you will not find an aggregate 6 student admitted into any school's intake history. But yet, when the results come, you still have those standout results that run very close, implying that that 5A and 6A that SO produced has beaten a lot of students in this area. True. So that will now tell you, it depends on the support that that child has at individual parent level.
And talking about that within the provincial areas, Balde, you are from Basse. When I was going to school, like when I was in high school at St. Augustine's, I had classmates from SO, and they're still resident there. And we would always joke about this, and we're like, in Nekulen Boy Town, we joke about it and we laugh about it. But whenever you ask them, they'll tell you, okay, why do you have to come all the way here? Because they would have to be crossing between Banjul and Bara every day, morning and evening. And for me, I find that quite strange. I mean, it's not easy having to be going and coming like every day, doing that twice a day.
What I think is...
If you ask them, what they tell you is, it's my parents who want me here.
Well, I think the parents, they have this, they have this mentality that there are more opportunities this area.
It's not just the parents, it's society itself.
And Mr. Jeng, don't you think that is the reality? More opportunities are here than those in the urban area, in the rural area rather.
No, in terms of educational opportunities. You see, a school has 3 pillars. There's what we call 3 pillars of education in a school. Once these 3 pillars work effectively, quality can come. It doesn't matter where. The child, the school, and the parent. These 3 are called the pillars. If these 3 come to work, the teachers are ready, the school is ready, the parent is ready, the child is ready. It doesn't matter which part of the world or which part of the country you are. You understand? You can still be in where all the facilities are, and you still underperform.
You have a lot of them here, actually.
It's happening. So it is telling you that if you follow it critically, and you use what we call principle of educational measurement, you use the principles of measurement, you will find that it may be common, but it may not be the reality all the way. But the truth is that the 3 pillars of education, wherever they work, there will be performance. And what is affecting most of the schools in the provinces is that, you see, when you say, for example, parent-teachers associations, you go to the upcountry, you know, the old people who have nowhere to go, who has no other business now, are the ones that you see as chairpersons and auditors and, you know, executive members of those committees. But when you come to this end, you will see the directors and permanent secretaries and some senior civil servants, or even active, well-educated people as members of these committees.
Exactly.
So that itself will tell you that
yes,
the output of parental contribution towards those schools will be different from the ones in the provinces. And research shows that an educated, parental support, when a parent is educated, or when the committees set for that purpose constitute more educated people, they perform better.
Exactly. Mr. Young, interesting. I wish time allow us to continue, because this is very important.
We will have to visit SL.
Yes, this is very important. And I hope the trend is going to change. The mentality, it's going to change gradually. We've come to the end of this segment, but we are hoping to invite you here another time to discuss these things. Thank you very much for coming once again.
Thank you, it's a pleasure.
Yes. Well, viewers, we'll be taking a short break. After the break, the program continues, and we'll be going straight to sports, and the national volleyball, the volleyball captain will be here with us to discuss about the national volleyball theme and some of the activities. What we'll do, we'll take a short break, and we'll be back. Stay tuned.
With so many things to do in a single day, it's important to have a network you can trust. When there's family and friends to connect with and business calls to make, you need a network that is reliable and fast. Talk longer, browse faster, go farther, and roam wider. When your network is solid, the world is your oyster.
Light. From the beginning of time, light has been there.
It is integral to our survival and to our way of living.
We need light to work,
to build,
to grow things, and even to see our loved ones.
Light makes things easier and better.
So QCell has changed the way you buy Q-Power to make it easier and more accessible.
You can now access the same service quickly and get your cash power tokens instantly with the new QCell Q-Power code.
To light up your world, simply dial *363#.
With the touch of your fingers,
with ease and convenience from the comfort of your home or office,
you can bring light into your world instantly with *363#.
Q-Power, lighting your world.
QCell Sunyabus.
We innovate, others follow.
The biggest mobile money service in the Gambia has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now you can link your QMoney wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your QMoney wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using QMoney Bank Link is the fastest, most secure and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account. For more information, call our customer care on 133. QMoney, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
To make sure your company's products and services reach your potential customers, it is essential that you choose the right channel for your marketing purposes. QTV has the widest reach locally and beyond, and we can give your business the visibility it needs. Call QTV Marketing on +220 324 4444 or email us at marketing@qtv.gm and take your business to the world. Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, QMoney and Ria just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from RIA directly into your QMoney account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any QMoney agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, QPower, and other QMoney services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
You've got big decisions to make.
For this election, one decision is clear.
Who has the most experience?
Who brings the in-depth coverage?
Who brings you most relevant information?
Now is the time to watch your decision pay off.
Like non-stop coverage.
Live streaming on Facebook and YouTube.
Your text messages and election alerts.
Decision 2021 only on QTV.
Comprehensive election coverage.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, QMoney and RIA just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from RIA directly into your QMoney account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any QMoney agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, QPower, and other QMoney services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back after that break. Now is time for sports. Let's take a look at the female volleyball national team. As you know, recently they were in Dubai for some training, and some of the results were impressive. And I have them with me in the studio. The coach and the captain, they are with us. We'll be going through the training, and of course they'll tell us some of the things they've done and the achievements in Dubai. As you know, if you're following, our colleague Mamadou Gajaga was with them in Dubai. It's so interesting, and it's good to have you people in the studio. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I have to say I'm very, very proud of them, you know, for raising the Gambian flag, I mean, time and time again. Even before, I mean, their trip to Dubai, they've been doing very well, and we're very much proud of you. So we start with the coach. Welcome to QTV and to this morning. We're very much happy to have you here.
Thank you very much. We are also glad to be part of this program this morning.
All right. Fatima here, your captain, is my good friend. But, you know, we've been fighting, you know, since morning, and we're going to keep fighting. Anyway, it's really good to have you both here. Take us through your trip to Dubai. How did it all come about?
Dubai was a very good experience for me and my girls, really. It was a 17 days camp wherein we had, I mean, a very good training sessions with the girls and almost a series of test games. The training sessions were like in the mornings, 3 hours, in the afternoon, 3 hours, and then maybe when you have relaxed, it's only 1 hour relax, 1 or 2 hours, and then you prepare for another training session. And the days we had only 1 session training, those are the days that we normally have our test games. We had 6 test games, to be honest, and then, I mean, we played with the biggest club in Dubai, that is the Sharjah Women's Club. It's the biggest club in Dubai. From our own understanding of that club, we learned that the ruler of Sharjah, the wife was the one who, I mean, pioneered the establishment of that women's club. Looking at the club, I went throughout the club facility, and I realized that they have almost 10 different sporting disciplines. And the amazing part of it was it's only ladies involved in the club. Only ladies. It's only ladies that you find within the club doing different sporting disciplines. The volleyball is there. You have the basketball. You have, I mean, shooting. you have football, you name it, over 10 different sporting disciplines. And then they have branches also outside, Sarja itself. There is one that is on the eastern part and one on the northern part. So we played, against all of those, clubs that are within the Sarja Women's Club. Also, we had another test game in Jumeirah, wherein we play against the Rio Volleyball Club. That also is a very big academic. It's a school, but then they had a very big academic wherein they have different categories of of players. So we played with the seniors. And then looking at the composition of the teams that we played during the test games that we had, you will realize that it's not only the Dubai people or the Dubai ladies that are constituted in that team. Most of them are foreign players coming outside to Dubai to do the sports. We met up with players from Brazil, China, Egypt, Tunisia. So it was a very good experience for the ladies, especially those that this is the first times of their outing to this training camp.
Well, the Gambian theme as a theme from the Gambia, going to Dubai and coming out with that impressive performance with teams that have played bigger leagues. How do you see this, and what is the reason behind this? Because your performance was exceptional.
It's a great exposure to the ladies, because looking at them, they are very young. This is a team that we are grooming up. Age-wise, we can categorize them under 19. And then playing with those caliber of players that are more experienced, and this is their first time going out, is a very big exposure and experience to them that will help them in the in what we are yearning for. That is, we are trying to groom a national team for the future. So because volleyball, looking at it, female volleyball has been lacking behind during the past years. I could recall the last competition that the female of Gambia played was the zonal competition in Cape Verde, of which I was part of it. I was a player by then. You see, since then Gambia has not been participating in outside competition, especially on the female side. So this project coming in with with Tijan Jaite, I think it's in the right direction, because it is helping female volleyball move to another directions. The potentials are there, the skills are there, the manpower is there, but the support was lacking. And thank God we had Tijan, whom we have seen to be, how do I call him? I will call him the pioneer of female volleyball in the Gambia as of recent.
He's really doing a great job. Yes,
he's doing really great with volleyball, because he could have turned to football when he was appointed as the youth ambassador. But he said, no, this is sports. This is where the difference come in. He said, no, it is sports. He said, no, let me turn to volleyball. And turning to volleyball, he said female. And we are very, very, very grateful and thankful to him. Indeed. Because for him coming in, it is making our job very easy. Because playing within our local leagues here does not help. Gambia will only be seen here, play locally here. So what are these potentials that we have? We are just keeping in the Gambia here. We need to expose them outside so that the Gambian flag can be, seen higher. And I want to believe these people, when the chance is given and when the necessary support is given to them, Gambia volleyball will be here in another highest level.
Let me engage Fatima now. You are the team captain. Your coach speaks so highly of, your team, the potential, and we've highlighted rather how important this training camp has been to your growth as players as well. What does it mean to you and your colleagues to be given this opportunity to go out there and play against the very best?
Yeah, thank you so much for that question. Well, I would say that it is very hard to see this kind of opportunity because, we want to thank Tijan Jaita for this opportunity. He could have given it to other sports sectors, but then he decided to come to volleyball. And one thing we can say is that we have a lot of potential people that are filled with talent when it comes to volleyball skills. But the only thing that we were lacking, like she said, was the support. And looking at the experience that we had, we went to Dubai. We saw a lot of players, like she said, players from Brazil, America. We even got in touch with most of them. So you would see that the love that they have for the sport, that is why they were there. And that is the same love that we have, and we went there to play with them. So you would see that for us, we have gained a lot of experience. We went there, we have showcased our talent. We have gotten that much, that exposure there. Most of us, although some of them, I came, they were like, yeah, you lose weight. That is because of the training, the training that we've been having there. Yeah. It was so intensive. We had to get that exposure. The skills was there, everything was there. Although we were expecting to see our coach, that is Coach Roberto, I'm sure most of you all have heard of him. But then, thank God, we had two phenomenal coaches, that is Marie M, her, and LF. So they were there to support us during that time because they do not want to see us left out at some point. So they were giving us the support. We were training. A lot of people came and see the differences because when we were here, when we started, Sonigise, and when you see us at Dubai, it is completely different because you could see the improvement. You could see that we have started building more confidence in ourselves. We have the talent, but the only thing that was missing was the confidence and the support, and now we are getting that.
Okay, we've run out of time, but this is for the both of you. You've all mentioned, I mean, the lack of adequate support. What are the challenges you're facing, you know, in volleyball, we're facing in volleyball, especially for the female team? And if you were to ask for support, what would it be? It's for the both of you.
One major, I mean, constraint that volleyball is undergoing right now is infrastructure. Infrastructure is the biggest constraint when it comes to volleyball. Looking at the courts that we were exposed to over there and the ones that are in the Gambia is quite different. And playing there, playing here, the playing style looks always very different. There you play comfortably. You can fall on the ground without having any injury. Here we play on the hard concrete. You dare not fall, otherwise you will never play again. So the environment there is so conducive. So it was, it was quick for the girls to just see some of these potentials and some of these skills that they can show out when we give out our drills or when we go out for trainings. So the other thing is, this is a team that we want to, keep. And in keeping this team, we need great support. The training has to continue. And if the training needs to continue, there must be, financial support, because in maintaining a national team, you must have to invest.
Exactly. So you would like to get results. Such
yes, training needs to continue, either in the Gambia or outside, but it needs to continue.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm afraid that's all we have on the sports segment.
We will have them on Q Sports.
We are hoping to.
We'll have them on Q Sports, inshallah, and then there you have enough time to go through all of these things. But we thank you for coming, and for Tijan too. He's doing a great job, honestly. Yeah, we're very much proud of him.
Thank you very much for coming on this platform, and I wish you good luck in your future endeavors. Yes, viewers, click segment next. We'll be taking a short break. After the break, we'll be back. Stay tuned.
Light. From the beginning of time, light has been there.
It is integral to our survival and to our way of living.
We need light to work,
to build,
to grow things, and even to see our loved ones.
Light makes things easier and better.
So QCell has changed the way you buy Q-Power to make it easier and more accessible.
You can now access the same service quickly and get your cash power tokens instantly with the new QCell Q-Power code.
To light up your world, simply dial *363#.
With the touch of your fingers,
with ease and convenience from the comfort of your home or office,
you can bring light into your world instantly with *363#.
Q-Power, lighting your world.
QCell Sunyabus.
We innovate, others follow.
Money, the biggest mobile money service in the Gambia, has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now you can link your Q Money wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your Q Money wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using Q Money Bank Link is the fastest, most secure and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account. For more information, call our customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
With so many things to do in a single day, it's important to have a network you can trust. When there's family and friends to connect with and business calls to make, you need a network that is reliable and fast. Talk longer, browse faster, go farther, and roam wider. When your network is solid, the world is your oyster. QCell, your trusted network in the Gambia.
Join the Gambia's fastest growing network and enjoy high-speed 4G LTE. Dial *335# to subscribe to QCell's 4G LTE service. There's no need to...
Welcome back from that short break. We'll go straight to Click. We have a few minutes to go.
Good morning, guys. I'm Skengman Sweezy, and this is the Click segment with me, man. No much talking. My guest in the studio today is ENC. Welcome to the show, bro.
It's a pleasure being here, bro.
For real, man. You're doing great in the music industry, man. But first of all, let's talk about the dancehall scene in the Gambia. Let's say you're one of the most consistent dancehall artists in the Gambia. What is wrong with the dancehall scene in the Gambia?
He's the best.
Exactly. Most of the artists now are not making waves in the music industry when it comes to dancehall. What is keeping them, bro?
Man, I think it's not just the genre. Like, there's components to everything. The artist doing their bits, producer. There's no specific dancehall producer in the Gambia from history. The artists just juggle on their own. You get me? There is no particular big event for dancehall in the Gambia.
Yeah.
There is no one platform that blows Gambian dancehall artists. So everybody who blows is on their own. You get me? So those platforms are weak. So I can't blame the artists themselves, even though most of them needs that nurture and that mindset to install in them. They understand the dynamics of how this music works. You get me? So it's really tough for most of me personally. I don't blame the artists.
Yeah.
There's always a channel and stages to it. You do your song. Someone should present the song to somewhere.
Yeah.
So when the artists do their songs, network and get it to where it's supposed to be. But there's not enough platforms for dancehall artists anymore. You get me? And I used to have this show called Backstage Show on the radio and some online TVs, you know what I mean? And I'm not doing that show anymore. I have a lot of things to do. You get me?
Yeah.
So I'm like, many people look up to me in this generation. And I'm doing my best to make sure I create platforms. You get me? That's why I'm doing the Dancehall Fest and trying to make sure I share the little I have with the rest of the artists.
Yeah.
But it's tough for the music, for the artists. You get me? It's not too easy for them.
Now, quickly, how can you rate the Gambian dancehall artist music, the Gambian dancehall music, and the Afrobeat and rap? How would you rate them if you're rating actually? Because we know nowadays more of the Afrobeat is making waves than the dancehall itself.
Well, Afro music is trending worldwide. Afro is the most popular music around the world right now.
Yeah. And I've seen some artists that are doing Afro dancehall right now. I think it's an advice for some of the artists to be doing Afro dancehall.
I mean, I think every artist around the world that's doing dancehall is doing Afro dancehall because it's generation gap. You get me? And if you look at if you've been following dancehall music from the core or from the roots, Afro came from dancehall anyway.
Yeah.
All the biggest Afrobeat songs have some dancehall. It came from dancehall BPM. You get me? It came from the 90s dancehall. You get me? So it's more advantageous even for the dancehall artists to actually have that thing connected. Burna Boy is a dancehall artist.
Yeah, exactly.
Wizkid is a dancehall artist. A lot more. So it's up to people to understand how to transition and how to keep both of them and keep moving.
And a quick one as well. What is ANC doing, and what is the biggest project that's coming up next?
Bro, this Saturday I'm bringing every dancehall artist on one stage, something you've never seen before.
Unique.
Like seeing ENC, Mahadi Hammer, Silky Chris, all of these artists on the same stage, representing the culture, representing the art, representing dancehall music. We're trying to do this for the fans, doing it for the industry itself, doing it for the Gambia. You get me? And next year we got to Q City, inshallah.
So what should people expect from on that night, Saturday?
Dancehall is a vibe, bro. Dancehall is a jam. You get me? Like dancehall never get boring.
I know.
That's the advantage of the music. You get me? You go to a dancehall show, you have a vibe. It's different.
Any new project that you're working on that people should expect from now to next year?
My album is coming soon with a big concert, a lot of tours. I just completed my summer tour, and it's been beautiful. I'm gonna thank all the people that's been supporting. It's been so amazing. I can't just thank them enough.
How many songs from the album?
Let's say we're looking at probably 10, but I always go beyond 20.
International collabos?
Choose, of course.
How many
collabos? A lot of them.
Let's name names, bro.
A lot of them.
Let's name names, bro.
A lot of them. But you know what? Like I keep it local. Like here's the thing though. Like even if I have a collabo with Vybz Kartel, I'm excited to have a collabo with Jizzle because that's my brother.
Yeah, exactly.
You get me? So I have a lot of local collabs, and I have international collabs. People that Gambians don't really know well, but they're doing massive internationally.
And let's go for a quick music break by ANC. When we come back, we'll wrap up the interview, man.
Yo, loyalty. What a way we roll with the family. We don't show off when we kill people, but them no man tough up in a war. Me give them a blind, them chat a bag of lie. Me feel say them take it too far. Yo, me quiet and simple, simply means we no talk a lot. Spike our do some chatterbox. When we say go for everything, no half a quarter that no man no feed the one do people pay way back a lot. Boy chest gun is a shark attack. Operation what a way we a spark a shot. Who got them up and gone home with a heart attack, and after that me woulda post a photo but me rather not. Me no bad that post and brag a lot. Walk and act a lot. Lyrically DJ doggy we no rap a lot. Then span the ends man a pull up and no sprag a lot. Them said them bad because them broke a baba shop.
This one is fire there, man.
It's called Dark Mode.
Exactly. This is the main song from one of the EP as well.
Yeah, my recent project, Dark Mode.
Exactly.
That's the song.
But this song is fire. Let's talk about this video and the song. Bro, what is wrong with this, man? You're not pushing it out, bro.
No, it's on QTV.
Exactly.
It made it to BBC. This project took me to BBC, and as I'm talking, BBC is in town and they'll be covering this event.
Okay.
That's the opportunities we've been searching for since we were young.
Yeah.
You get me? And doing music and people from outside acknowledging the job, coming all over, trying to do a documentary for you, talk about the genre, and bro, it's all happening in good time. And then all the artists performing on that show are gonna be on that documentary. You get me? So you never know who's watching you.
Yeah.
You get me? I don't want to really limit this to just ENC.
Yeah.
I'm having my little things, and I want to share my little thing with everybody else because we all have something to do.
Okay, this is a question I keep asking every artist that come on this platform, and the question is, how you seen the Gambian music industry so far compared to previous years back?
Bro, when we started, we don't even get $100, bro. Like there was no pay.
Yeah.
We were doing it out of love. Now we're getting paid, you know what I mean, and it's growing bigger every year.
Yeah.
And that's something we actually have been working hard to make sure it's here for the next generation, and we're living that today. You get me? So the music has grown.
And I'm gonna say this one more time. You don't come to the show without giving us a freestyle. It's a Monday morning, bro.
Hey.
Let's get something from the album that you want to drop.
But you know I don't talk a lot, so I say me quiet and simple. Simply means me not talk a lot. Spike I want do some chatterbox. When me say go for everything. No half a quarter that no man no afraid that one do people pay way back a lot. Boy chest gun is a shark attack. Operation what a way we a spark a shot. Who got them up and gone with a heart attack, and after that me woulda post a photo but me rather not. Me no bad that boss and brag a lot. Walk and act a lot. Lyrically DJ doggy we no rap a lot. Benz pan the ends man a pull up and no sprag a lot. Them said them bad because them broke a barber shop. When me mad,
but trust it, man. Dancehall is the deal, man. The general ANC in the building, man. From my end, I'm saying bye-bye till I come your way tomorrow, man. And same thing to ANC as well. But don't forget, man, check out Drip Plug in the Gambia, man. You're going to get some amazing shoes from him, man. Back to you, Balde.
Thank you very much, Skengman Sweezy. And thanks, ENC, the General Law, for coming on this platform. I wish you well. So Nyasi, this is all we have for today on this platform.
Indeed. And I'm happy that we had ENC here. I mean, happy to really see him come this far.
Yes. Until we come your way again tomorrow, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
ndox mu set dafa bokk ci dundi doomu aadama te biir kat amul seetu waral na lépp lu fay dugg dafa war a doon li nga xamante ne ni lu indil doomu aadama bi loraange ci wàllu wér-gu-yaram One Stop Water Solution Limited ñu ngi fii ci biir réew taxaw temm fexe pour gis ne doomu aadama bu ne di nga naan ndox moo xamante ne ni ndex mu sell te wóor la ndax indil nañ leen ay xeetu filtres yi nga xamante ne ni mun ngeen koy jëfandikoo ci seeni pompe yi ci biir réew moo xam booxool ngay jëfandikoo wala pompe nawek yi ne bépp xeetu filtre bi nga xamante ne ni dina la indil wér-gu-yaram musal la ci loraange amal nañ leen ko ci biir réew am nañ 10-inch filter set of 3 bii nag ñett lay àndal bu ci ne ak li muy liggéey bokk na ci 5 micron pp sediment filter bii nag mooy segg ndox mi ba mu set génne fa lépp li nga xamante ne ni warta ànd ak ndox moomu bala nga koy jëfandikoo gat granule carbon filter bii nag mooy segg génne lépp lu xeetoog chemical ak organique yi nga xamante ne ñoom ñoo nekk ci biir ndox mi sellal ndox mi ba waral mu soppi li nga xamante ne moom la ndox mi di saf mu soppi cafin gi def ko ndox mu sellate óor CTO block carbon filter bii nag du yem rek ci segg ndox mi sellal ko ba mu sell waaye nag daf koy yokk ay ngéneel yi nga xamante ne ni day baax ci wér-gu-yaramu doomu aadama bi dëgëral waaye tamit yàggal lool sa yuur wi am nañ tamit 12-inch filter set of 3 boobu it liggéey bu nu mel lay def ñetti filter yépp benn bu ne ak lu muy liggéey am nañ 10-inch post carbon 10-inch coconut carbon 75 GPD pure one membrane bi amal nañ leen bépp xeetu water tank tàmbalee ko ci 500 litres 5000 ba ci 1000 litres ak plumbing fittings kon nag mbokk yi bu ngeen buggee naan ndex yu sell te wóor seeti leen One Stop Water Solution Limited suñu makkaan bu mag baa nga foofa ca Sukuta Highway Mariama Kunda Johnson wala nga call ñu ci 505 5691 796 8272 One Stop Water Solution Limited ndox mu set mooy yàggal dund nit